Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kayfabe Central podcast and another episode of Predict the Bell, where we predict any pay-per-views that are upcoming. This episode, it is Forbidden Door, the AEW and New Japan pay-per-view. I am your host, Josh. As always, joining me is Rule on Wrestling.
Hi guys.
And like I just mentioned, we are going over Forbidden Door 2025, the AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view. Um, a 9 match card from what I see and from what they've announced, but we still have Collision this week. Um, they didn't add anything else on Dynamite, did they?
I don't believe so. There was also updates, but I don't think they added anything new.
Okay. Yeah, so but we do still have Collision, so I can see them adding some like pre-show matches on there. Um, but yeah, as of right now, the main card is 9 matches, unless some of these end up on the uh pre-show, but none of these seem like pre-show matches. So yeah, we're probably gonna get some other stuff added on Collision come Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna get straight into this. This pay-per-view is set to start at 1 o'clock Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. So um obviously we know that NXT Heatwave is falling on the same day. However, NXT Heatwave is set to go on at 7 p.m. Eastern. So it depends on how long Forbidden Door decides to go. And if they end early enough, then it won't like tangle within Heatwave. But these AEW pay-per-views tend to be really long. And I'm hoping it's not a 6 hour pay-per-view. Um, but it very well could be. Like I mentioned on the Heat Wave predictions, I won't be able to cover Heat Wave or Forbidden Door live on Sunday because I will be at Destiny Wrestling in Mississauga, Ontario, covering that in person. Um, so I will have to catch Forbidden Door and Heat Wave after. So the length of the pay per view still matter to me when I have to rewatch these things. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. Um, let's see, what can we start with? We'll start with like I guess, a smaller match. Let's go to the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match between Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. Now, this is a match where Daniel Garcia is going to be at ringside um, alongside Nigel McGuinness. I can very well see this just being Zack Sabre Jr. retaining, and I could see it being Daniel Garcia being the reason Nigel loses. I think we're in for a turn here. Um, Either Daniel Garcia costs Nigel the match, or Nigel loses and Daniel Garcia turns on him afterwards. Either way, I don't think there's any chance that Nigel McGuinness wins this match.
Yeah, I think I can totally agree. I mean, firstly, I mean, I think the whole reason this match exists is just because it's cool. The fact that you get to say Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness in
Yeah.
2025. Like, like if you said that to anyone even just 5 years ago, they would have been like, "Shut up, no chance." But yeah, I agree. I'm very, very much looking forward to this match. Big fan, obviously, of both guys. Stalwarts in the UK wrestling scene, so I'm looking forward to the match. But yeah, I agree. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Nigel wins this. And I said it could well be at the cost of Daniel Garcia. We'll have to wait and see. But I agree. I'm taking Zach here.
Yeah. Um, I don't know because I don't watch New Japan on who would end up taking the IWGP heavyweight title off of him. The only person that comes to mind is the person who won the G1, that being Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah, that's the only one I could think of as well. I'm like you. I know we've spoken about it before. Like compared to sort of 2017, 18, 19 me, I'm very much out the loop with New Japan nowadays. So I agree, but that was the first one that came to my mind as you said that there was because he's one of the only ones I know that's done something quite big recently, and it was Takeshita. So he was going to be my guess, but equally, I have no clue who else it could be.
Yeah, from what I've heard from certain people, and I'm not sure how true this is. Apparently Takeshita wants to win that title before Wrestle Kingdom.
Hmm.
So it's a possibility that Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't walk into Wrestle Kingdom as IWGP heavyweight champion.
Be interesting. We'll have to obviously said just wait and see what comes. I guess we might get a get a good idea of the two face off before Wrestle Kingdom. And then in that case, and if that's what the Takeshita said, I mean, I guess there's a high possibility of happening. And yeah, I could definitely see it.
Yeah. Um, Another title that I don't think is changing hands at all is the TNT Championship, which is being defended by Kyle Fletcher against Hiromu Takahashi. This is just a match for Kyle Fletcher to showcase what he's got, and it's just a showcase match, honestly. And I don't see Takahashi winning this. And like, I'm gonna set the tone out the gate. I don't think that there's going to be any title switching brands on this show. Um, and like, same thing goes here with the TNT Championship. And Kyle Fletcher just won this title. It doesn't make sense for him to lose it here. Um, and like, all respect to Takahashi, but it just doesn't make sense for him to win it.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I think this similar to the previous match is an exhibition match, more than anything. But also, it's a cool one to have on the card. And I'm sure it'll be amazing. But yeah, I don't see Fletcher losing this at all. As you said, he's recently won it. I think. I mean, it could be wrong here, touch wood, but unless something major goes wrong, I think Fletcher's certainly been set up to be the future face of AEW. Big win over Tanahashi. But I think it's on the cards for him.
Yeah. Um, let's see what else do we have here. We have let's talk about the triple threat tag team match. So we have a three-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Hurt Syndicate defending against FTR and Brodido. So I didn't catch AEW Dynamite last night. So when I saw this, I was completely caught off guard. I was like, wait, it's a triple threat now. Um, but yeah, I still think that FTR is going to walk out as champions here. Um, I think that they're going to win, and it's going to set up for FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. I think that they've been setting that up for quite a while now, and from the very beginning, I saw that being the case. Um, yeah, which the Hurt Syndicate has had their reign. I love Bobby and Shelton. They're both fantastic wrestlers, especially Shelton. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it on the podcast before. One of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. Um, but I think FTR is going to take it here.
Yeah, I swear this happens all the time whenever we do AEW predictions, specifically for kind of like setup shows. Like, I've not really got much else to add from what you've exactly said there. I totally agree. I think FTR is going to win here because, as you said, they're going to walk into All Out in Canada to face off against Christian and Edge. Well, Edge or not Edge, Adam Copeland. Close enough. Um,
Same guy.
so he's same person, exactly. It's fine. I hate calling him Adam Copeland. It's
I
better than
know, me
Cope
too.
though. Cope was the worst, but yeah, no, I think that as well. I think FTR picking up the one here.
Yeah. Um, yeah, for anyone that just finds this boring, this is like Ru said, this is what happens a lot of the times with these AEW predictions. Like they seem so predictable and we agree on almost everything.
Yeah.
And then they pull a swerve on us. Not Strickland, but they pull a swerve on us. And like some of our predictions end up being wrong. Um, but it is what it is. That this is how we see it right now. And I think Forbidden Door, it's not, it's a big pay per view, but it's not like, if we're comparing it to a WWE pay per view, it's like a I don't know what's a good comparison. Um,
Backlash or something. Be one.
yeah, like a backlash, or maybe like, yeah, like a backlash, maybe. Um, if we're comparing it to like a WWE realm of things.
Yeah.
So like I'm not expecting anything too big to happen on this pay per view in general. Um, but I mentioned Swerve Strickland, so we might as well move to the AEW Unified Championship. I still hate that name. Um, Kazuchika Okada defending against Swerve Strickland. Um, I think that this is going to be a fantastic match, but Okada just won that title as well, and I don't see him dropping it anytime soon. Um, Swerve is here to play the role of the guy who seems like he's almost going to win, and puts up a really good fight, but comes out short in the end. So yeah, I think Okada retains here.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, like as you said, this is easily be one of the best matches of the year. Given the
Yeah.
time, I'm sure it will be given that. See, as you said, if this had maybe been another couple of months into Okada's reign, then maybe. But yeah, for the sort of first pay-per-view defense since All In, yeah, I going with Okada here over Swerve. Though it's something down the line, I'd be quite happy to see Swerve win as long as it's not called the Unified Championship or whatever the hell it's called.
I also have not been a fan of this feud at all. Like it's just
No,
been
yeah.
very like blah and dry. It's just literally been the basic I want to fight you. Okay, I'm going to beat you. No you're not. Yes I am. No you're not. Like it's so stupid and like it's so basic and there's like nothing to it. And then we had a promo where there was like mic issues between them two. I'm like, "Oh my goodness,
Oh
it
yeah.
just keeps getting worse." Um and it's like, can we just stop doing this thing where we just have these useless segments and it's just like, oh, these two are gonna fight. You have to wait a couple weeks for these two to fight, and then the build up to it is just absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think Okada wins. And it's like you said, it's Okada and Strickland. This match, despite the build, is going to be absolutely fantastic. Um, we then have a four-way match for the AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné defending against Alex Windsor. You might have to help me with this one. Per
Oh God, wait, I get the I
I
can't
actually don't
remember.
know how to pronounce her name.
Let me look it up.
Um, Persephone.
I think sounds about
Persephone.
sounds about right, doesn't it? Let me get a card. I can completely forgot what her name is.
Apologies. um, some of these names I cannot pronounce.
Persephone. I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah, right. Okay. So she's representing CMLL, and they have they announced the Stardom person yet?
On here, to be fair, I actually didn't realize they had it. Some apparently Bozilla, apparently is the name.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Well,
I know we always go here. If I was, I could just jump in. No one else is winning this over the Mercedes, so
yeah,
it
no,
doesn't really matter.
exactly.
I think that's
Mercedes is
quite decent.
retaining.
It's so bad. But yeah, no, I think out of all of them, this was definitely what I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, Mercedes done a great job of going around everywhere, and Alex Wins will get a good show, particularly in London, but Mercedes is winning. Like, there's no, I think this is probably the easiest one to predict. She's absolutely winning.
Yeah, this is a match. If I was watching it live, and like, this is no disrespect to any for the woman, but it's not a match I have any interest in.
Yeah,
Um, like Mercedes Monet is great. She's fine. Uh, Alex Windsor, I still don't know yet. I haven't fully got behind her.
yeah.
Like she just recently showed up on AEW television, and I don't know. This would be a match if I were watching it live. I'd take time to like go to the bathroom during the entrances or something. Like it's not something that interests me at all. Um, like we both said, Mercedes Monet is going to retain here. She's not dropping
No,
that title.
yeah.
And the same I can say for the AEW Women's World Championship match. Timeless Toni Storm versus Athena. I have said multiple times that I do not like the Timeless Toni Storm character. I tried to get behind it. I did for maybe like 2 weeks, and then it just got stale. it's the same thing every single week. It's I'm gonna have my tits out and lash you or something like that. Um, every single week, and I just can't get behind it. I know that's a very unpopular opinion because everybody loves Toni Storm. Um, that's not taking anything away from her like wrestling ability. Um, even though I don't really like watching Toni Storm's matches either. I think that Toni Storm is retaining here though. I don't think that Athena is going to walk out as champion unless they are planning to come back to around to the idea of Athena and Mercedes Moné and then give Mercedes two more belts. Um, because Athena is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion still currently. But if that's not the case, I can see Toni Storm winning this, especially because Mercedes didn't beat her at All-In. So yeah, I'm going with Toni Storm to retain.
Yeah, I'm actually in a similar vein, not as direct as we have been on the other ones. But yeah, I am quite similar on the fact that if Athena wasn't the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, I probably would have went with Athena. But
Yeah.
simply because she is, I don't know how they might be booking themselves into a bit of a corner to have her on both AEW and Ring of Honor and trying to deal with it all. So I am the same. I'm going to go Tony Storm here, especially because the amount of times that I've gone against Tony Storm and just been proven wrong. I keep going against her. So I'm going to take Tony Storm here, just simply because of the fact of Athena. Because I do think Athena one day will be AEW Women's Champion. I don't think that's within doubt. But as you said, it's whether or not she gets another crack at it, or Mercedes gets another crack and Mercedes wins it, and Athena's the one to take off Mercedes. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, simply for the reason because Athena is still the ROH Women's Champion, I'm going to take Tony Storm here as well.
Yeah. Um yeah, I if Tony Storm retains, maybe they go back to the Mercedes Monet thing. Or maybe it's somebody else. I
I think
have no idea.
the issue they've got is the top women, all three of them, are the like top three champions. So none of them really should lose, but also they kind of have to because they keep booking matches against them all. You've got Mercedes as the TBS, you've got Athena as ROH, and Tony Storm as the AEW Women's Champion. Like we need some more people up here.
Yeah. And like my favorite women's wrestler on the AEW roster is Willow Nightingale.
Oh
And
God, yeah.
um are you not a fan of her?
No, no, no. I said, oh God, yeah, she's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, okay. um but like even that, like I need a build up for Willow
Yeah,
to take that title off of Tony. I would love to see it, and I think she should be doing a lot more than what she's currently doing. Um
that's the reason for my reaction because I actually didn't realize she wasn't even like she completely forgotten about her because AEW had forgotten about her. I was like, oh my God, yeah, Will Nightingale, she's so good. Why is she
yeah,
not on this?
yeah, I know. Um hopefully she gets her chance. I think eventually she will
Yeah,
get that opportunity. Um, she's been pretty loyal to AEW and wants to stay there. So I think eventually she's going to get that opportunity. Um, but yeah, we have another tag team match. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, Edge and Christian, versus the Matriarchy, Cape Sabian, and Killswitch, because Nick Wayne broke his foot. So Killswitch, aka Luchasaurus, will be replacing him. Now, when this was Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne, I was like, okay, Edge and Christian are going to win this match. Um, but now that it's Kill Switch replacing Nick Wayne, I'm going to switch my prediction and I'm going to take Kip Sabian and Kill Switch to win this match. I think that they want to have him look strong in his return, and having him lose his like first match back just wouldn't be a great look. So I can see it being a case where we have a miscommunication between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage that costs them the match. And then eventually that brings them closer and we get a rematch between Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Killswitch Ed Nick Wayne. Assuming he's back in time. Um, I think he only said a few weeks, so he should be back soon. Like before All Out. And then we have that. That's where Cope and Christian win, and then eventually go on to face FTR for the tag titles.
Well, I'm glad you said that because finally we can have a match that we have a differing outcome on for once. To be fair, I totally agree though with what you're saying with Killswitch. I don't. I derive. See, even when he at the beginning, when he was like just honest, this was a guy that I was always like, I want him to be like pushed to the top. He's really, really good. But and I agree. I don't think he should be losing on his return. I think it's somewhat okay as long as he doesn't take the pin. If he does, then what the hell, AEW?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Cope and Christian just for the not just. I do think like as they'll win and we'll go on to face FTR in a couple of weeks. But I think as well, Toni is a big sucker for nostalgia, and particularly he's a sucker for Cope, who can do whatever he wants. So I'm gonna just I don't maybe it's this the is the sim not simple what's the word the safe answer just to go with Cope and Cage, but I'm gonna take them. I think Toni can't resist having the return of Edge and Christian in quotation marks. I don't think Toni can resist having that and them just being a bit of a nostalgia win. So I'm going to take them.
That's definitely a possibility. Because that is a good point. Tony Khan seems to love nostalgia, and it could be very as simple as Adam Copeland and Christian Cage win this.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe it's out of hope that we get a little bit more of a story out of this. Um, with me picking the matriarchy. Um, but I don't know, something about Killswitch losing his match return just is like, do you really want to do that after you had that whole thing of him sitting up in a hospital bed and everything? And then just absolutely destroying Cope and Christian by himself. Um, I don't know. It could go either way, but I'm going to lean towards Kip Sabian and
Yeah.
Killswitch.
Yep, fair enough.
So one of the main events, I guess we could say, um, for the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page versus MJF. Now on Dynamite, I did see that they had a thing where the title can change hands on a disqualification or count out,
Yep.
and the contract is not into play here. So that just surefires my prediction that Hangman Adam Page is retaining. Hangman is going to retain, and somewhere later down the line, when he's in another match, MJF is going to take advantage and cash in like a Money in the Bank style surprise. Um, but yeah, it got as simple as that. Hangman Adam Page is retaining.
Yeah, same here. As literally as simple as that. They've I guess maybe tried to make it a bit less predictable by adding the stipulation, but I think the sheer fact that it's not a cash in of the contract, I think is quite clear that Hangman's going to win here. Plus the fact that it suffers again from, I guess, quite similar to how as we compared it to earlier, Backlash probably suffers with WrestleMania. Hangman's just won this, and it was such a massive moment at All In. It's well, what just maybe over a month removed from All In. I don't think Hangman's for losing the belt anytime soon.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what would happen with the contract if MJF were to win the title?
Uh, I mean, I guess the boring answer is he just holds on to it, and if he loses it, he could cash it
He
back in.
catches it in right
I don't,
back.
I don't. Has that ever happened with like Money in the Bank? I don't think it has. Well, like
No, it's
the
never happened.
yeah, like the Money in the Bank holder just gets a match for the WWE Championship. He wins it and then loses it like the next pay-per-view and then cashes in after. That seems so convoluted and shouldn't happen, but
Now I want that to happen at least just
yeah, I'm
once.
intrigued. It seems like a bit of a mess, but I guess I really don't know. But again, I guess because it's so confusing, I guess that answers the question of once again. I'm pretty sure that Hangman's going to win.
Yeah. Technically, wouldn't you have to relinquish the contract?
I I guess so, but then that also would go against probably everything that MGF stands for.
Yeah,
So
very true.
I have no idea what they would do there.
Um, so the actual last match of the night, or I'm pretty sure is going to be the final match of the night, is the lights out steel cage match. I don't think I've missed any other matches.
I think
Um,
you're
no, I
we've
think we're
got
good.
yeah, I think we're
So
all
yeah,
good.
the lights out steel cage match, the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay versus the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd. Um, this is gonna be absolute carnage. They're gonna beat the hell out of each other. I'm down for it. Um, it's gonna be as simple as that. It's gonna be absolute carnage. It's pretty much like blood and guts, and something tells me that that was their plan, maybe from before. But the I don't think the O2 is big enough for two cages.
I think yeah, I don't know if it would be a thing. Mate, I said Wembley, sure, but the O2 Arena, I think they ah, I mean they could, but I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, it's going to be one cage. Um. I think Team Ospreay is going to win this one. I think they're going to send the crowd home happy. John Moxley's not holding that AEW world title anymore, so there's no like need for to protect the champion or anything like that. So yeah, I think this is going to be an absolutely brutal match. I'm I'm down to watch these 10 guys, beat the hell out of each other and nearly kill themselves for this match. Um, I this is going to be a really long match. I can see this going like 40 minutes or something like
Oh yeah,
that.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm taking Team Osprey.
Yeah, I mean, it maybe makes this kind of mental match sound slightly boring, but I'm like, yeah, just because is in London, I'm taking Will Ospreay. It's as simple as. But apart from that, I think it will be, as you said, it will be ridiculously stupid in all the right ways. Darby Allin will do something that causes him to nearly die once again, even after just coming back from Everest. Will Ospreay is mental that this is his like return match after apparently a neck injury. That's insane. So, sure, let's just not just ease him back in. Let's do this crazy match. But yeah, I think it's be a insane match. I'm very, very much looking forward to it. And yeah, I've got the Team Ospreay going over here.
Yeah, as somebody who's had a few neck injuries from wrestling, if I came back from a neck injury and a promoter or somebody told me that, okay, we're gonna throw you in this extremely dangerous lights out steel cage match, I'd look at them and be like, "Excuse me." Um, and I saw a funny tweet from Will Ospreay. Actually, a fan tweeted at him. He was like, the phone conversation between Tanahashi and Ospreay was probably like, "Hey Tanahashi, you want to do the steel cage match?" And Tanahashi is like, "I have bad knees," and Ospreay's like, "I have a bad neck. So what?" And Ospreay replied to that. It was like, "That's exactly how the phone conversation went."
I was gonna imagine. I mean, Osprey's not stupid enough, but not in the sense of when I'm like he's actually stupid. I just think the guy's mental enough to be like, oh yeah, sure, it's fine. I'm Osprey. Like it's fine. And
Yeah.
if anyone else would be like, absolutely not. But yeah, and he'll do something stupid. He'll be jumping off something really incredibly high, and Darby will bleed. That's the best prediction I can give you from this entire the entire predictions that Darby will bleed a lot of blood.
Yeah. So will Moxley.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah. Like anytime Will Ospreay's in these type of matches, I just keep remembering that promo where he was talking about the conversation with his wife afterwards. And I feel bad for Ospreay when he has to have that phone conversation after this match. um, yeah. That's gonna be a fun one for him. But yeah, this is gonna be a brutal match, gonna be a fun match to watch. Um, yeah. let me know what you guys think, what your predictions are for AEW Forbidden Door. If you agree or disagree with anything that we said, I always love hearing you guys' opinions. You can give your opinions in a plethora of different ways. You can comment down below on YouTube. You can leave your comments on Spotify, on the Kayfabe Central website. We also have a Discord server that you can go ahead and join. It's always in the description below. You can go ahead and follow my TikTok. I believe I link it down below. I have like this automated description thing where I just write it out, copy paste. So I got to double check if TikTok's in there, but go ahead and follow my TikTok. I post a whole bunch of different content on there, like previews for all the weekly shows. So go ahead and check that out. Go check out Rule on Wrestling on TikTok as well. He does previews for the weekly shows as well, and a whole bunch of other great content that he has on there. Um, Also, our friend Stu World Order, go ahead and follow him. He wasn't able to join us today, but go check his content out. He's absolutely hilarious and has great content over there as well. But yeah, that is AEW Forbidden Door 2025. Let me know what you guys thought. Do you have any other comments on Forbidden Door?
No, I'm looking forward to it. Looks like a fun show, and I can't wait to be able to watch an AEW pay-per-view at a normal time for me. I'm
Oh
excited.
yeah,
Especially for being a Sunday, so I extra don't have to stay up late on the night before work. It's
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, that's actually good. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Um, and then SmackDown too this week.
Yes, actually, no, I completely forgot that until you just said there. Yeah, it's Dublin tomorrow, I believe, which will be fun.
I think SmackDown and Raw's international as well, isn't it?
Raw is Birmingham over here, and then is it London? I believe the next. No, maybe it's London for the next. I don't know, but it's international for the next 2 weeks, I think.
Nice. Okay. Um, but yeah, obviously WWE is setting up for Clash in Paris, so they're doing all these international shows. Um, yeah, which means I have to completely rearrange my schedule to watch these shows. Um, but yeah, let us know what you guys thought, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.